Welcome back to another episode of Big Six Bants. We have some interesting Liverpool news for once. But before we get into this interesting swap deal that pretty much has fallen through, make sure you do two things. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure it's just down there somewhere. The thumbs up button should be over there if your setup's a bit different too. And make sure you also subscribe to the channel as well. We're about 50 subscribers off of 10,500. So let's get there as soon as possible. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. Liverpool have been involved in some business for once, and it's actually tier one. So Ian Doyle has come forward and let everyone know, let the fan base know that Joe Gomez is actually open to leaving Liverpool Football Club, and a certain deal with a certain club, with a certain other player that's been linked with Liverpool has been included as well. Now, this swap deal was actually between Liverpool and Newcastle, and of course, if you haven't heard already, it is, yes, the obvious. Anthony Gordon has been included in a swap deal with Joseph Gomez. We value Gomez, and they also value Gomez at in the region of 40 to 45 million. And of course, they value Anthony Gordon at 70 to 80 million, let's just say in that region as well. So the deal basically would have been, in totality, would have been Anthony Gordon with an excess of about 30 to 35 million as the price of Joe Gomez. We take that away from the valuation of Anthony Gordon. Now, I don't know what you guys kind of think of this. It's obvious the deal actually has fallen through, and I'm quickly just going to read it now from Ian Doe himself, just so you know there's no confusion. It says Joe Gomez has moved to Newcastle United, collapsed, and now the LFC centre-back is attracting plenty of interest from other clubs, and the Reds were closing in on signing Anthony Gordon. Things are starting to become interesting in the transfer market. So again, very, very interesting news there regarding Anthony Gordon. I just kind of want to know what you guys kind of think of that deal. For me, there's two sides of it. How badly as a fan and as a fan base and does the club want and need Anthony Gordon as it stands right now? Because I'm a big fan of Anthony Gordon and I would love to have him at the club. I think currently on form, he's the best left winger in the Premier League on form. However, we have Gakpo and Luis Diaz who don't really look like they're going to leave the club. Now, of course, we do have the information that Nico Williams looks to be staying at Athletic Bilbao. So his move to Barcelona might not be happening. Now, could Barcelona now turn their attention to Luis Diaz and put in a bid for him? Do they even have the money to put in the 75 million that we value Luis Diaz at for Liverpool? And is that money going to even come up front? Do we even see that money? So there's that. That's a whole nother thing. But as it stands, Luis Diaz seems to be happy at Liverpool, despite the links away from the club. And Cody Gakpo seems to be pretty much in favor for, he seems to be in favor for Liverpool Football Club and slot as a first choice winger, in my opinion, as well. So I feel like the way I see this is, how badly do you want Anthony Gordon? And of course, how badly do you want to sell Joe Gomez? How badly do you want to keep Joe Gomez? I feel like the club should not sell Joe Gomez at this point. Yes, he has fitness issues. Yes, we're not sure whether he's going to be able to cover centre-back, right-back, and left-back simultaneously. For me, I think he's covering too many positions anyway. I think he's right now the club's best left-back on form, even though Robbo seems to be top of the, first choice left back. I think Robbo is on the decline, of course. He's not a crap left back. He's just on the decline now. I think Tsimikas is kind of third choice, second choice as well. We're not really sure what's going to happen with him either. I think Joe Gomez is still an excellent left back option, but that was also in Klopp's system. In this new slot system, who is going to be the best left back suited for this style of play? I actually think my hot take is that Tsimikas will probably suit this quite well, because I feel like with the ball at his feet, he probably is the best left back we have. But defensively, Joe Gomez is the best left back we have, and obviously Robbo's still a mixture of both. Now, 40 to 45 million is a very good price for Joe Gomez. Let me not lie, it got me itching a little bit. It had me itching. I ain't gonna lie, it had me itching just a little bit, because 45 million for someone who's been quite injury prone over the last few years, bar last season. I mean, it is a good price tag. But I think to lose Joe Gomez and to bring in Anthony Gordon when we should probably be getting rid of an attacker instead, that probably makes more sense to me. I think Joe Gomez is a more than adequate left back option for Liverpool right now. And I still think we still need to sign a centre back with Joe Gomez in our squad. With Joe Gomez, we still need to sign another defender and maybe even another, like maybe even two more defenders. So for me, getting rid of Joe Gomez would mean we have to move very quickly after that in terms of defensive reinforcements. Maybe Inacio, you know what I'm saying? Probably is maybe a Mark Gahey, two players that probably could spring to mind on the left side of centre back that area. So we'll have to see. I'm kind of in a way a little bit happy that the deal's fallen through, because I don't know if I'm willing to lose Joe Gomez at this moment in time without adding defensive reinforcements. So kind of on the later side of the window. And of course, the previous deal with Joel Kwanzaa, they wanted Kwanzaa as well. Again, and Kwanzaa for me is not for sale. There's no price tag. I feel like we need to let him develop at the club. As for me, he's a brilliant defender at such a young age. So let me know what you guys think, man. Would you guys have taken would you guys have sold Joe Gomez in exchange for 30 million? And given 30 million in exchange for Anthony Gordon? I just want to know what you guys would have thought. For me, I think the answer is going to be no. Despite how much I rate Anthony Gordon, would I swap Anthony Gordon with Luis Diaz? Currently, the answer will probably be yes at this moment in time. Luis Diaz still needs to prove his worth in front of goal, despite everything else that he brings as a winger. I just think Gordon is very much well suited to what we're doing at the moment. But we'll have to see. The season is quite close. We do have a game against Arsenal today, so we're going to maybe get to see a few of these players now show their worth under Arne Slot. It is a new system. He is getting used to the players. They did say that business is going to get done in August. It's now August the 31st while I'm recording this. So, you know, August is basically right there. So let's see some signings, some players come through, and he's assessed the squad. He's going to have some more time to assess the squad, and let's just see what happens. I'm not going to quite lose my mind right now because I just generally want to see what we have at our disposal. But it is frustrating being the only club to not have signed a player. And to see that it still depends on outgoings. We do need to show some tactical nous, and we need to start moving in the transfer window because everyone will improve around us. And even though I feel like our squad is still good enough without signing anyone to still get top four, that's not the pinnacle. That's not the pinnacle of where we want to be. We want to be better than that, and we want to stay where we are. We want to keep trying to compete and do all these things. Yes, it's a big ask for a new manager, so that's not my expectation of him. But the squad, he hasn't inherited a bunch of bums. He hasn't. But listen, guys, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Let me know your opinions on whether you would you sell Joe Gomez? If there's anyone else in the squad, was there anyone else in the squad, that you'd rather exchange? Let me know. Would you take Anthony Gordon, Luis Diaz situation? Let me know. Just let me know you guys' thoughts, man. I'm just confused right now as to what's going on upstairs, but that's Liverpool right now, and we'll have to see. Take care, though. We'll see you in the next one. It's going to be a live stream later today. So yeah, man, we'll get to more information with that soon. Take care, and we'll see you in a bit.